Hello, you beautiful people. It's me. I'm back, and guys, it started. What the hell has started? It's the spreadsheet war, okay? It has officially started in Staratlas, and I am not kidding here, guys. This is when the game. What the hell is a spreadsheet war, right? A spreadsheet is a spreadsheet phase in any game civilization is any game development time is when there's enough data out there that spreadsheet wizards actually know how to navigate the game so far, right? I am not, unfortunately, a spreadsheet wizard, so I have to leave a kiss to you spreadsheet wizards out there. Thank you very much for giving us the resources and the tools for us to see what the hell is going on. So that's what this video is about, guys. This is going to be exploring the work that these spreadsheet wizards have done for us in Star Atlas so that we can explore the galaxy, okay? That being said, I want to talk about something very simple first, which is the Sage Labs brew, which just actually happened. Now, that is actually pretty incredible. They showed up some videos. They showed us a video of someone actually going through the official Sage Labs. So I'm going to go through that and show you. But before that, look at this gorgeous picture I found in the Discord for Star Atlas. Look at that. That's straight from UE5, right? And that's someone who's taken a picture, and that looks gorgeous. Now imagine that in multiple different places, multiple different settings on the ship, for example. This photography career was actually a really good idea, in my opinion. It was a really good idea because it allows people to go in, explore the showroom, as well as take pictures, as well as get incentivized to do it, right? So I'm thinking when they upgrade the showroom a lot more, lots of ships, lots of battles, it'll look great. Like people trying to take action shots with battles and stuff. It'll just look amazing. Now, let's actually look at this. So I'm hoping that you have seen this already. This happened for me at 3 a.m. So I usually can't make it, right? So usually I don't go to these brews because one, they are 3 a.m. You know, I used to, when not to the brews, but I used to like stay up at 3 a.m. to buy an Opal jet for $300. That's not happening anymore, right? Because you can just put a limit order for like $30 and you got it. But this I couldn't make it, so I really want to say thank you very much to the Hologram News Network, Kriggs, and everyone else who does record these, because without them, even I wouldn't be able to make it, okay? And look at me making content on content that someone else has already recorded. So I do feel bad about that, being a content creator, but it's not mine, so I do have to say thank you guys for doing it. So, but I still want to talk about it with you guys, right, to the rest of the Star Wars community, because it does serve different purposes, right? I analyze it a little bit more, I give you more information. This is just a recording of the actual thing. So anyway, this is the Sage Labs, okay? So Santi, Dom, and Newt Zesk, or I forget his name. They recorded this. They try to be funny, say, "Oh, they're gonna get in trouble." Guys, we know you're not gonna get in trouble. Come on, you had permission to do this. Who are you kidding? Anyway, this is the Sage Labs. Let's not waste any more time. I'm gonna stop talking. So this is them going through. So I'll stop talking. This is them going through Sage Labs and showing you what it looks like, what the UI is so far, and even how to travel, for example, right? So they recorded it. Feel free to please go and watch this video. It's really good. I'm going to turn off the sound so you don't get confused by who's talking. So I listened to this as I was taking a walk in the nice, beautiful sun. It did go. Where's the rest of it? Yeah, so you can see here, they look at the Oni Central Station, what you can do, the blockchain transactions on top of here, the planets, the fleets, for example. Of course, you have to form a fleet. I talked about the Atlas fee payer program, which means you'll be able to pay your transaction fees in Atlas rather than Solana. All that generally means is that the team takes a small cut and goes and sells the Atlas for Solana so that they can pay the transaction for you, right? That's fine. I really love this. So I would say if you didn't catch this, you need to go and catch this brew. It is, if anything, it is the #1 most important thing for you to understand Sage right now, okay? Now, the #2 most important thing for you to understand, okay, is the spreadsheet, okay? The spreadsheet wizards have officially come out, and I am 100% sure that there are guilds out there who have already made their plans on which items they're going to monopolize, or which items they're going to be going and mining, and even how they're going to mine it and how they're going to craft, okay? I'm not saying APR knows this, hint hint, but I'm sure some guilds do, okay? Because if we know it, then other people probably likely know it. Now, talking about the spreadsheets, I wanted to give a big shout out to Mike as well. Mike Beyond the Horizon is another Star Atlas content creator. Mike, it was so hard to find your name. You barely say it. I had to ask for help to find it. So Mike, I talked about it last time.
Pretty good.
Mike also tried to build some fleets in Nancy's program. Nancy is made by Kenny Dovahkiin at AFIA, and this is about putting your fleets together, okay? But with the spreadsheets that we have now, we can do a whole lot better, okay? Look at this. The UI for this is okay, but it is very, very data heavy. Look at this. I'm going to show you. Like I showed you last time, right? There is a whole bunch of data here for you to actually mine and see how to perform and everything. I like it a bit more simplified, so I wanted to show you, according to the staratlas data, this is the Sage ShipLabs, the official one, we have the staratlas Star Italia composer. It's a really, really nice way for you to compose your fleets. So I'm going to spend 5 minutes. We're going to go through this staratlas Fleets Italia tool, and we're going to compose even a mining fleet, or even like an SDU scanning fleet, for example, right? Okay, so the website for this I'm going to put in the description for you. Fleet.staratlasitalia.com/fleet composer. Now, it uses the same data that's on this spreadsheet, right? This is how Kenny Dovahkiin puts it into the website, and this is how the staratlas Fleet Italia do it. So I'm going to zoom in so that you guys can see. Basically, they've got compose your fleet. There are a few rules you have to do though, right? A few rules for you to follow. So this is how you're going to be composing all of your fleets now, okay? 1, you have a maximum amount of LP that you can have in your fleet, okay? 145, and there was a table that shows you what ship is what value for you to be able to go up to a maximum of 145. But on the right hand side, they've got all the data that you get by composing your fleet. So this way you'll be able to compose a crafting fleet, a freighting fleet, and as well as a mining fleet. Because guess what, guys? Not one single fleet is going to be good at everything, okay? The way we're talking now, and they talked in the Sage Labs, you will have to have a multiple strategy. Like, you have to have a supply chain, right? You can't just be crafting everything, because what are you going to go and get the resources to craft, okay? And what you're going to get the resources to craft is not the same thing that may not be, or may be the same thing that's actually bringing it back to the crafting station, okay? So far, I'm seeing 3 different points, okay, that you have to work on, at least 3 different fleets, okay? Now, this is just thinking superficially. You need the official crafting fleet, which is stationed at your base with a lot of crew on board, okay? Because more crew gives you shorter crafting speed. And then you also have, so let's call that A, okay? And then you have C, which C is at the location where you're grabbing all of the resources to go and mine, okay? So that will have a very heavy mining-centric fleet focus, right? Not the same as crafting, because crafting is crew-focused, okay? So you go A and C, and now you need B in between, okay? C could be your B, okay, but it may not necessarily be. You may have a forward base that you can go and put things there, for example. Not sure, we'll have to figure it out. But your B fleet may be the fleet with the fastest warp speed, or the cheapest cost to do a warp, for example. And that will not be the same as your crafting fleet, and that will not be the same as your C fleet, as your mining fleet, okay? So far, I'm just thinking 3, okay? I'm going to stop talking. Let's have a look at some of this stuff here. So let's compose a generic fleet, okay, like an all-rounder fleet, okay? Let's go. What ships do I actually have? A lot of people have an Opal Jet. So let's go. I'm going to put in, you click on the Opal Jet, right? You click on Opal Jet. Let's go add 2. I've got 2 Opal Jets in my fleet. So far, you see we have 8 LP, okay? And so far, you can click here and say these are the ships in your fleet so far. Let's have a look. This is the cargo capacity you have, the fuel capacity, the ammo capacity. I'm going to take myself away so you can see. The distribution of all of this. So you have a nearly a 60% capacity in fuel rather than cargo or ammo. Now, going down here, look at the mining rates just for these 2 Opal Jets, okay? 2.3k per second, okay? Now remember, I'm going to bring myself back. This mining rate per second is actually based on the single factor of 1, okay? It was a hardness of 1, richness of 1, as far as I remember. That's just the base unit, okay? So if you go to another mineral, which is hardness of 2, then you'll probably have a mining rate decrease by half, right? It's just basic, but you get the idea. It's only based on a number of 1, okay? Now let's take my face back again. Ammo burn rate, 0.1 ammo per second. You get 0.08 food burn per second, okay? Let's look at the movements for these 2 Thimble air bikes. Oh, it's no Thimble air bikes. These 2, Opal Jets. The movement for them, let's have a look. your max subwarp speed is 0.0064 Atlas units, which is each individual sector on the map, right? Your fuel burn per second is 0.54. I'm worried about fuel being burning a lot actually in the game. Max warp distance is 3.3 AUs. So if you want to go somewhere, let's say 10 AUs away, right? You want to go 10 spots away. Divided by 3.3, you need to warp 3 times, okay? And to warp 3 times, that's going to cost you this times 3, okay? Per second, okay? So it's going to take you at least 0.01 second, right? So it shouldn't be much low, as far as I can tell. Tell me if just very awkwardly tell me if my math is wrong. Anyway, the fuel burn is 1,000. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay, so that's to go to 10 sectors. Okay, your fuel 111.64. So you're going to be using 338 fuel to travel 10 units. Okay, 10 Atlas units, as far as I can understand. I hope that makes sense, guys. Right? Let's get rid of that. Your max warp travels is 10, right? But remember, you have to do warp round trips. Let's say, yeah. You got asteroid fuel exit fee, which is 30. Okay, 30 fuel. Active crew for crafting, you have 4 because you have two on each Opal jet. Your max SDU, if you're planning an SDU scanning kind of rig, is 4. That's the max you can get per scan. Your cooldown is 64. And of course, the values of your ship. So 617 VWAP for these ships, but the actual fleet market price right now in secondary is $57. So with that being said, you can go ahead and actually combine, add, remove a whole bunch of these fleets and just have separate individual fleets for yourself, right? So let's go and make what I think, and this is not based on looking at all the data so far, this is just from me, what ships I have and what I want to use as a freighting fleet, as a going back and forth fleet. Not a crafting fleet and not a mining fleet, but a freighting fleet, okay? I definitely have at least one. I have 1 rainbow chi. I'm going to put 2 rainbow chis. Let's go 3 rainbow chis in this, and I'm going to put a let's go an ohm. I know I have 1 ohm in there. And then I also have 1 PSR8. Okay, this is crazy. This is going to be a really, really good one. I know it's going to be very, very fast, okay, because these are fast ships, okay. And then the PSR8 isn't as fast, but it has the highest cargo capacity, like one of my biggest cargo capacity in my fleet. So let's have a look at this, okay. My cargo is 142k, my fuel is 125k, and my ammo is 28k. The distribution isn't too bad. Let me take my space away. So capacity, cargo is 50. Oh yes, my fleet is 50% cargo. That's awesome. I love that, right? That's for a freighting fleet. This is what I want, okay? And then my fuel capacity is also very good for me to get there and come back. And then the rest should be ammo. Now, as I said, this is not a mining fleet because you will need ammo to go and mine. So obviously, if you're taking this same fleet to go and mine, you won't be able to mine anything. You'll get there, you can take stuff back, but you won't be able to actually get anything, right? Now, my mining rate per second is 54k. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Ammo burn per second is, I hope that's not 2,000, but it's actually 2 ammo per second. I really, really hope so, because 2,000 ammo per second is incredibly overpriced. Am I right? Yeah, it has to be 2 ammo per second. Now, let's look at my max upward speed, 0.003. Fuel burn is per second is 4, I'm hoping. My fleet is, was that 4,000? I'm not sure. I always have difficulty being honest with the dot and the comma. I think the dot makes it 1,000, right? And the comma is just like, as in a decimal place. I hope so. Asteroid exit fuel, nearly 500. Fuel itself. My crafting crew is 22. Max SDUs, of course, 10. This is a super overpowered ship to scan for SDUs. And my fleet VWAP price is 16k. I spent 16k on these ships, okay? At a minimum, okay? And now, but the actually secondary value is $2,000. Man, how prices have declined. So, okay. I'm going to leave it there, right? I'm going to leave the link to this in the description below so you can go ahead, add the ships that you have already. This is a really nice UI for you to get to know what fleets you may need and like what your values are. play around with it, put one ship in another fleet and use this ship for another fleet, etc. Do what you want, okay? But the way I'm seeing it, you need 3 different fleets so far. Maybe you can get away with 2 because one will be focused on crafting and one will be going there, mining, coming back, okay? So that way you need something that's high in mining. If you got an imp ship, amazing, right? You put that in the mining ship fleet. There is absolutely no point for you to put the imp ship in your crafting fleet. My god, no. Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys, so please go ahead and play with this tool. It's really, really amazing, okay? Now, next up, I want to finish the video with a bit of extra stuff. Remember, you won't be able to do everything, okay? You won't be able to go to each individual sector and go and mine every resource. So you have to actually be very, very meticulous in how you want to plan this, okay? As I said, some guilds, I'm not saying if here, know where exactly every resource is, and they are already planning. They know which corners of the market they want to corner, right? Which assets on the market they want to corner. So it may be possible for you to go and find one of these graphs and see which kind of resource you may be aiming at and how you're going to be using them to craft, right? So you won't be able to go everything. Maybe you should go for a hydrogen source that's really high, that's really close. You don't mind too much, it's low weighting. Also, we know what the weights of them are. So even if you go and extract it, right, it does weigh something. So you can only take a maximum when you go back to your base. As I said, the spreadsheet war has happened, okay? This is not a joke. Now, according to the brew, I wanted to say thank you very much for AEPZ. This was a really good summary that he put in the news channel in Discord. So these are the variables you should really consider when you start looking at Sage Labs, okay? And I said, spreadsheets have started. The resource richness, the hardness, the variety of resources that can be found in asteroids and bodies, the recipes and their elements, relationship between cargo, traveling, actions and associated costs, crafting versus harvesting, player versus market opportunity costs. There's a whole bunch of stuff, my friends. So, like I said, it has started. It's crazy, crazy. Something that did worry me a little bit, let's be honest, was how are you going to sign all of these transactions, okay? There was a really good question by Zedel from Heimdall. And he said, for Sage Labs, will Ledger be okay? And Michael Wagner is like, Ledger will be required for all transactions. Gulp. What? 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 I just cut myself there because I showed something that I shouldn't have. Don't worry. So I wanted to come back to this and say that every single transaction will on your ledger is going to be very difficult. Okay, ledger will be required for all transactions. Let me actually go ahead and show you what I am thinking so far. So when you first go in, you'll have to form your fleet. That's one transaction. After you form your fleet, you have to leave the Oni station or to go somewhere else, right? Or to at least make a plot distance, travel AU to another location. That's a transaction. When you get there, you have to start mining. Transaction. When you want to leave or exit, that's a transaction. When you want to come back, deposit into the starbase, that's a transaction. When you want to start crafting, that's a transaction. Holy crap. One transaction takes you got to first click it on the screen, and then the pop-up comes for a ledger. You got to click approve on the Phantom wallet, right? And then it comes onto your ledger in like 1 second. You're like, next. And then you click both of them to say, yes, I approve. And then it sends it in like 1 second after that. That is incredible friction, okay? I know we have the Phantom auto approve already, and so I'm thinking people are not going to be using the ledger for this so far. They are only going to be using the auto approve function for hot wallets. I don't want to be using my ledger for this because it's incredibly inefficient. But yeah, let's see what Michael Wagner said. So it's going to take a little bit more efforts than using your hot wallet with auto approve, but I wouldn't say a disadvantage. My suspicion is that it won't be too inconvenient for most players and worth the peace of mind. It is worth the peace of mind, but at the same time, man, maybe only for crafting. I'll have some of my big ships for crafting, and the hot wallet ships will be just going back and forth to mine little bits because I can't be going back and forth, clicking all the time and coming back. No. And you'll be establishing an on-chain character profile with labs. Why? Why do we need to establish an on-chain character profile with labs? But you won't have access to management for that profile yet. So, that will come later, alongside the ability to auto-approve with secure game session wallet connected to your ledger. That is what we need. That's not coming yet, but that is what we need. So far, I'm gonna It's going to be hard, right? It's going to be hard. You got to be patient. You got to click all the time and go and mine your resources. It really depends how often it actually takes. If it takes like a day to go and mine something and come back, or even 5 days for you to fill up your account, for you to fill up your cargo capacity, I'm fine with that, right? You go in and score and you claim your faction claims, and then you come back in like 5 days again, then you do it again. Anyway, that's 20 minutes. I like to cap my videos at 20 minutes. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much, guys, for always liking and subscribing. I love and appreciate you guys. If you want to donate to me, it's me.soul. That is my donation address, but I've already got my ARC, so I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much, as always. And remember, the spreadsheet wars have started. Use the tool, okay? And at the end of it, that's it. Bye for now. Ciao.